these souls are not from the words.
How could you possibly do that when you've only investigated less than 5% of the continental shelves, 1% of the Sahara?
I can support Graham big time on that one, because look at all the marked places that I found in Africa and the Sahara. But first, let me show you what I found in Eritrea, because I couldn't find any info on this one, but I followed this wall. You can see this wall going straight up this hill, and it's broken off partly, and you can see some smaller structures on top of the hill, like you can see. And if I follow the wall, I came up with some very interesting finds. So please stick with till the end of the video. Here it's a little bit more eroded or destroyed, but here starts the wall again, and it goes on and on and on. And let me show you where it goes through, because this whole area is full of this, and it's really crazy that this is over here, because I know this is a part where most of the big empires go at war, but this looks like a natural disaster, like you can see. And you can see the wall starts over here and leads up to this hill. And on this hill you can see some smaller structures surrounded by the wall. I hope you can see it, but here you have some smaller structures, and up here you have some smaller structures. And like I said, this whole area is full of it, and the wall goes on and on and on. And here you have the wall separated, because you have some small part broken off, and here you have a dried up or a new riverbed, and it's also completely destroyed. But if I go to the other side, the wall goes on. Here it starts again and a little bit broken off, and here you got the structures of the wall, and the wall is gone, but the structures are here, and you can see those square shaped structures, but it's completely destroyed. And it goes up the hill like over here, and it goes higher and higher, and again on the hill you have some other structures similar to the last hill that I showed you. And this is really cool, because if you go up the hill and go downhill, then the wall goes on downhill, and this comes out of the hill, and a little bit downside you have another wall that you can see over here. And you can see it's a wall and man-made, because there are structures part of it, like you can see in the middle, and they're pretty even out. I don't know how to say it in English, but you know what I mean, hopefully. And if I follow this wall, I came up with all these smaller structures, because I think these are also man-made, because they're different from its surroundings in the natural places, and they're within the wall side, so it has to be man-made. And it led me up to this place, and I called it City of Ruins, because here you have many of those square-shaped structures, and all in line or in a row, and sometimes they blend in very well with its surroundings, like you can see over here. It looks like they're already under the ground over here. You can see the rectangle-shaped structures over there. And it's different from the modern time structures, because here you have some people from the modern times over here with tents, or I don't know what it is. Also over here you can see those modern structures, so people, I think they know about it, but it's pretty old to me. And let me show you a few other parts, because you can see it's all over this place. And the wall gets broken off and will start again, like over here. And again, you can see all those structures even out, and it's pretty amazing to me. And like I said, this whole place is full of it. There you have four big, but if I go a little bit higher, like over here, the wall, you can see it everywhere. Wall, wall, wall. But the wall goes on, and the wall goes on and on and on to the north, and look where it ends. It ends to me in this part. But again, it ends or it starts here, nobody knows. But you can definitely see the wall starting here, and it goes on over here. And if you see the line, this is a whole line of walls, and it goes on to this place where I started. I really hope you like this video, and if you find this interesting, please like and follow and share it with everybody. Because I want to make many videos about Egypt, but also about my findings in the Sahara. Like Graham said, only 1 or 2% is excavated or is researched, but there's a lot of places where people can't go and what we can see on Google Earth. I thank you for watching, and have a nice day.
Have a nice day, and leave your comments good vibes. So she couldn't wait to join and support her father on the marathon's finish line. You see, Ah, this is wonderful. Oh, this daughter just joined to support her father. Wow, this is incredible, my friends. You see, this is just adorable. This is love and it's just wonderful to watch gestures of love, good vibes, people. You see, love your neighbor like you love yourself and be kind to everyone. Wow, this is good vibes, my friends. Big up and much love to all the parents watching. You are all loved and respected. May God always bless you for bringing up children, or those that you are bringing up. You see, may they always respect.
This art installation is mind-blowing. Round Table by Korean artist Ram Choi is held up by 18 headless straw figures that look as if they're balancing a ball. The inanimate objects manage to keep a steady movement in what truly is an eerie display.
You mean that one is not people? What is this good vibes guy is holding? Their precious ring of fire. Or what could that be? Some glowing ring? This is crazy. Unbelievable stuff. Is this glass or crystal or fire stuff? Oh my god. Why is it not burning this good vibes guy's hand? Or maybe it is not hot. What could this be, my friend? Look at this. Some ring that is glowing and looks like it's on fire. What is going on here? This is very, very weird. Good vibes add rings. What now here is not normal? Is it the ring that is not normal or the good vibes guy's hand that looks like it can hold hot stuff? You see? You tell me what you think is abnormal in this video. Leave your comments. Oh my god. Interesting times we are living in.
In the book of Daniel, we see something. This is what got me started. I was reading Matthew about the after the tribulation, the sun and the moon go dark. And then I got into Daniel chapter 7, and I said, Lord, I do not understand. What am I reading here? Daniel chapter 7, verse 2 through 14 is lined up in this one. Where's my book? Okay. And this data is in the back of the book. Right here someplace. Yeah. These charts are all here in the back of the book, page 247, 248, and then 249 is the Matthew, Mark, and Luke ones. The columns all side by side. I want you to see what caught my attention as I was studying this in great detail with no distractions. I had federal prison for nearly 9 years. I had plenty of time to look at this. I said, wow, how did I miss this? So it says in Daniel chapter 7, verse 17, right here. I've got this is a blue box, and then this is blue, and this is blue. This is purple, 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 but there's two yellow ones stuck in the middle. How many have ever painted something where you have to give it multiple coats of paint, like a car or something, a paint job, okay? I helped a friend paint an airplane one time with Emron paint, whatever that was, $100 a gallon or something. I painted several cars. You go over it lightly, then you go back over it again, and you go back over it again, several coats, and you build up a depth. That's what God's doing here. He's teaching something like multiple levels, because you go from Daniel 7, 15, 16, 17, 18. When you go to 19, it starts the story over again, like the second coat of paint. Then you go to verse 23, and it starts the story over again. It's giving the same story 3 times right in a row, adding some very interesting details. I'll show you. Daniel chapter 7, verse 17. These great beasts, which are four kings. Now, if you go back and look at the chart, it talks about the 4 great beasts, the 4 beasts, the 4 beasts, the 4 beasts. Okay? All 4 of these passages start off with that. It's all the same chapter, but it talks about the 4 beasts. These 4 beasts are 4 kings. So the Bible's interpreting itself. Well, who are the beasts? Well, they're the kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So it looks pretty simple. You got 4 beasts, 4 kings fighting over the world, trying to gain the world dominion, and the saints take over the world. Sounds great. Real simple. So we've got the blue, which is the 4 beasts, and the saints taking over, which is the purple. And the purple and the purple. But now we're going to see there's a little verse of yellow here interjected in the middle when you get a little further in the chapter. Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, and skip down to verse 21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Hold it. A couple of verses ago, I thought the saints took the kingdom. And now the saints are being prevailed against. What's happening here? Until the Ancient of Days came, that would be God, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. I thought, wait a minute, he prevails against the saints. Remember, it says there are 4 beasts, and the saints possess the kingdom. There are 4 beasts, and he prevails against them, and then the saints possess the kingdom. It had me rattled for a while. I studied it and lined it up. I copied pages out of the Bible and cut them out and put them side by side. Then you look at it, it gets worse. In verse 23, and the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth. I should have made this larger font, I'm sorry. And the 10 horns, I'll skip down to the part about the verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. There it is again. We're going to be worn out. The beast is going to wear us out. He's going to persecute and terrorize the Christians and cause them to quit. And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, and times, and the dividing of a time. Time is a year, times would be 2 years, and a dividing of a time. So a year, 2 years, and a half a year, 3.5 years. Verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, and consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. This is the 3rd time the saints are given the kingdom. It's telling the story 3 times. 3 layers of paint. With an important detail in the middle. We're going to get worn out, prevailed against, beat up, hurt, and many are going to quit in the middle of this. Here it is, verse 23. The 4th beast, I did blow it up. I showed you the whole passage, and now I'm going to show you the verses. You'll get old and senile one day too. Okay. The 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and he shall be diverse from one of them shall arise and be diverse from the first, and shall subdue 3 kings. We'll get into that later. I think, Hovind theory, 10 Muslim nations that surround Israel are going to make a treaty to fight with Israel. Some leader of one of those countries is going to rise up and subdue 3 of the countries. So they kind of join together, and he's now king of 3 countries together. Maybe Lebanon will join with Syria, or I don't know how it's going to work out. But 3 countries are going to get together, and this guy who rules those little 3 countries is going to actually be the Antichrist. And he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. Hovind theory, I think this is Antichrist coming on the scene here. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Now, what religion in the world would like to change the laws of every country? Sharia. To Sharia law. The Muslims would, wouldn't they? They want to change it to Sharia. And they have a different calendar. How does that work out? 30 days every month is 30 days or something like that. Change times. Maybe that's what it's talking about. And that's the saints, they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of the time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. So again, that's the 3rd time we are given the kingdom, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. So when you line up these passages, you see there's 4 beasts, and the saints take the kingdom. There's 4 beasts, they get worn out, and the saints take the kingdom. There's 4 beasts, they get prevailed against and beat up and worn out, and the saints take the kingdom. So between here and here, we're going to go through some tribulation time. Jesus' disciples asked him in Matthew 24, and in Mark 13, and in Luke 21, all 3 passages lined up here, Lord, when are you coming, and what's the sign we should watch for? So he tells them, he answers their question. In Matthew, it takes up 23 verses. And in the middle of this 23-verse passage, there's a green box here, where the abomination of desolation is set up. That comes in the middle of the tribulation. So the first half of this is the first 3.5 years. The second half down here is the last 3.5 years. Same thing in Mark, only it takes up 19 verses. But in the middle is the abomination of desolation. You can look at the chart. Same thing in Luke. It only takes up 17 verses. At the end of each one, it says, after the tribulation, he comes back, angel blows a trumpet and catches up the saints. The rapture. So let's look at this Matthew, Mark, and Luke passage we looked at the other night about how he's coming back after the tribulation, the general overview. In this Matthew passage, it says, Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. What's the first thing we ought to do? Be alert that we don't get deceived. How many have ever been tricked into either buying something you shouldn't have bought or doing something you shouldn't have done because somebody tricked you? Yeah, okay. That's what all advertising is, right? Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Jesus is telling his disciples what's going to happen in this first 3.5 years. You and I are going to face this starting pretty soon. You're going to see many people that you thought were good, godly Christians be deceived. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Hey, relax, calm down. Someone told me, I guess it's in the movie Facing the Giants, where they said, fear not is found in the Bible 365 times. I've never counted them, but that's a cool concept. Hey, fear not, don't be afraid. Every time the angels come to somebody in the Bible, the first thing they say, fear not. Muhammad said every time the angel came to him, it was choked him and tried to kill him. They work on terror. They're called terrorists, right? The Bible is exactly the opposite. Ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. Now the word divers means diverse, like diversity in different places. Earthquakes all over, different earthquakes. And these are the beginning of sorrows. Remember, this is the first 3.5 years. And then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. This is not what the Christians want to hear, but Jesus is answering their question. Here's what's going to happen. Remember, this is the Matthew passage. This is before the rapture, which comes later in verse 29. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. You know how many countries where Christians have betrayed each other and hated each other because of the intense persecution? I don't know how many books I've read, 300 or 400, about Hitler and the Holocaust and what they did. It was awful, the persecution, and it was many people that you never dreamed all of a sudden turn people in. Turn in their wife, their children, to save their own life. Unreal what people do under intense persecution. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Iniquity shall abound. How long would it take anybody now to access via the internet or their phone something ungodly? 5 seconds? Could you, within 5 seconds, have a picture of a scantily clad or unclad person? Yeah, in seconds, couldn't you? Anybody could. Iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. Many people on fire for God are going to just get cold. But he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved. The same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So that is the first passage right here, Matthew, before the abomination of desolation takes place, which is in the middle of the 7-year period. Let's look at the Mark passage. Jesus answering then began to say, take heed lest any man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be not troubled. Be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten. And ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my name's sake, for a testimony against them. And the gospel must first be published among all nations. When they shall lead you up and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak. Neither do ye premeditate. Don't plan a defense. See, God is using this And when they start persecuting you and dragging you in front of the court, wait till you get there and God will give you what to speak. Just, okay, Lord, show me. I've had many times where I said things, Lord, I didn't know I had that. Wow, that was cool. Where'd that come from? That's the Holy Spirit guiding me. Man, that's cool. Like that little 2-minute answer I gave to the guy, where did God come from? Someone said there's been 55 million views of that now on the internet. I didn't count them, but there's been a lot. He said, where did God come from? And it's like, boy, I said, Lord, help me, show me what to say. And you Google that, where did God come from, by Kent Hovind. But whatsoever shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye. For it is not ye that speak, but the Holy Ghost. And now the brother shall betray the brother to death. But what would cause that to happen? This must be intense tribulation time. People under great stress betray their own brother. And the father the son. And children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Folks, we're going to be here for this. If your family rose up against you and tried to get you put to death, how would that affect you? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. That is the first half of the Mark passage before the abomination of desolation. Same thing in Luke. Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near, that go ye not after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes, great earthquakes in divers places, and famines and pestilence, fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these things, they shall lay their hands on you, and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Who's that big church in California used to sing, I just feel like something good is about to happen to you? Ray Comfort did a great video about that, about the persecution of the Christians. So while they're singing that song, it shows the Christians being beat up and persecuted and shot and hung. And no, something bad's about to happen to us. But it's good in the long term. You know how many guys there are right now that somebody says to them, if you will take this ball and run down that field across that line while 11 grown men try to kill you, we'll pay you $3 million a year. Isn't that what football is? Think about it. They endure the pain and the suffering because of the glory they're going to get, right? The paycheck or whatever. Christians have got to look at it this way. We're going to go through. This is the hard time coming. But see, we are on the field. You need to see it the way the spectators see it. The people up in heaven, there's a great cloud of witnesses watching us, Hebrews chapter 12. They're all watching, and when you fall down, the people up in heaven, Moses, Elijah, Adam, Eve, they're not saying, oh, you loser. They're saying, come on, get up, keep running. Keep running, go, 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 don't quit, don't quit.
Wonderful. So, my friends, you see, all these videos are for entertainment purposes. But if by any chance or for a moment we happen to be living in the end times, you see, we should really pray for God to give us grace to persevere, you see, and love one another equally, so that we can all overcome all these troubles as one. That's why we are always here spreading love, peace, good vibes. I have been widely 118, and it's been a pleasure being with you. Thanks for subscribing, because I know you have if you hadn't, and let's meet next time. Hit the notification bell also for more interesting videos that will be uploaded. Bye bye, till next time. Yeah, loved.